How important are these finals, particularly to Steph's legacy?
I'm going to give it a 2. You know what? As a matter of fact, I was thinking about it while you was doing the read, Jenny. I'm going to take it all the way down to a 1. Because it's icing on the cake. Skip, he already has 3 wings. He already has 2 finals MVP. And Skip, now, if we was having a different conversation, Skip, if James Harden was here, if Joel Embiid was here, Skip, I would go 9-10. But when you've done what Steph Curry has already done, remember, he got the 2 finals without Kevin Durant. He won 2 MVPs without Kevin Durant. Now, the finals MVP, Skip, that's going to add icing. Anything that he does now, Steph Curry is at the level now, Skip, is icing on the cake, and he's a kid. And you know, more icing on the cake, the more kid loves it. So for me, he has nothing to prove. He's gone to 6 finals in 8 seasons. Who's to say he's not going to go to 7-9, 8-10? It's not like, is it out of the realm of possibility or probability that they're not back here again at least 1 to 2 more times, considering how well Steph is playing and the youth that they've infused into this lineup, Skip? So for me, Skip, I'm going to give it a 1 because Steph Curry has proven and Steph Curry has played better than people give him credit for. He's never averaged less than 25 points in the finals. He averaged 26, 5 and 6, and he should have been the MVP that year. In 2017, Skip, he was 27, 8 and 9. 2018, he was 27, 6 and 7. And the year they lost to Toronto, he was 35 and 6. He's averaged 26.5, 6 and 6 for a career in the NBA Finals. And because he doesn't have a Finals MVP, people think he hasn't played well. He's played really well. In most situations, averaging 28, averaging 27 in an NBA Finals game probably would get you MVP. But not when the guy that's playing alongside you averages 33 or averages 35. So for me, Skip, I don't think Steph Curry has anything to prove. I do believe that and I've said this before, if he were to win Finals MVP with his 4th title, I don't know how you keep him out of the top 10. Because if he wins Finals MVP, he'll be one of 5 players to have 2 regular season MVPs, 4 titles, and a Finals MVP. I think you've heard of the other 4, Kareem, Jordan, LeBron, Magic, and Duncan. Excuse me, it's 5. So he'd be the 6th player. So this will be great. This will be gravy. Anything that you put on top, Skip, that's really just like a decoration, like gravy. Salisbury steak is good without gravy. I mean, yeah, you might want it. I mean, sometimes they put Chateaubriand, they put peppercorn on the steak. But it's unnecessary. This is unnecessary for Steph.
Unnecessary. So I realize Steph is beloved. I realize he's the baby-faced assassin. I realize he's got some of the greatest commercials on television right now, that he's on every other commercial, and that the world
loves a lot of commercials.
Some Steph, right?
Yeah, he's catching over. He passed LeBron with the commercials now.
I think he has passed LeBron for the commercial. Where is LeGon?
Subway, FTX, Carvana.
It's just
the CarMax. I think it's CarMax.
One after another.
Yeah.
They're all good. I'm sure he's a great guy off the court. I don't know him, but here's what I do know. This finals, to me, from my side of the table, from the seat I sit in, is huge for Steph Curry. Because all I know for sure is that in his first finals, he fell behind 2-1 to LeBron James without Kevin Love, without Kyrie Irving. And it came down to a Game 4 in LeBron's house in Cleveland, his palace, the King's Palace. And Steph had not done enough to put them on top in that series because they were in rare danger of going down 3-1. LeBron should have won that game. That was a huge game. That was the turning point for his legacy. If he had finished them off at that point, we'd be having a different goatish conversation here. It would be much closer. Now it's no contest. But the point was that it wasn't until Iguodala got inserted into the starting lineup that the script got flipped in that finals.
Okay.
LeBron had a bad game in Game 4. Iggy had a great game in Game 4 on both ends of the floor, guarding LeBron and scoring the basketball. And here we went. And Steph's numbers in the end look fine. They look good. But Iggy was the MVP of that series. That's all I know for sure. And then we fast forward to the 2016 finals, and Steph and company are up 3-1. And all I know, and I keep beating this drum because nobody wants to hear the drum beat of it, including you, but this was the second worst superstar meltdown I have ever witnessed in an NBA Finals second only to LeBron's in 2011, his first go-around with the Heatles, in which in games 4, 5, and 6, he went epic fail, epic fail, epic fail. Well, this was games 5, 6, and 7 for Steph, and I've beaten you over the head with the stats, but they're just horrendously bad. He gave LeBron a ring that he did not deserve.
Well, Skip,
and it's all Steph. It's all his fault because every game was horrendously bad for a two-time MVP.
Well, he did score 25 points in Game 5, 30 in Game 6, only had 17 in Game 7. But think about what it took for LeBron. Kyrie and LeBron goes 41 and 41 in Game 5. The only teammates to date to score 40-plus in the same game in the NBA Finals. And LeBron had to follow it up with another 41-point virtuoso to trump Steph's 30. And it still came down to the wire, Skip. They only won by like 5 or 6 points.
3 games, 5, 6, and 7, 2 of which are in your house, Steph Curry.
Yeah.
You shoot 37% from the floor. You shoot only 36% from 3 when you're a career 45% three-point shooter. You have 7 total assists in 3 games to 12 turnovers. Is that good? That's a minus 20 in plus-minus. In the fourth quarters of those 3 games, he shot 30%. He shot 25% from 3. And would you believe he never got to the free throw line in any of the 3 fourth quarters? That's horrendously bad. That's such a stain on your legacy. And then I didn't even mention Game 7. 6 of 19 in a Game 7 in your house, 4 of 14 from 3. 1 of 6 in the fourth quarter from the floor, and 1 of 5 from 3. Are you kidding me?
But here's the thing, though, Skip. I mean, he's not the only guy that's gone 6 of 19. In the Game 6 against Seattle, Jordan went 6 of 19. But his teammates picked him up, and they won. And that's what you have to – this is a team sport. And I get you're talking about your guy that won the individual. Now he's going to have to parlay what he did as an individual. He's going to have to parlay that into team success. Sometimes you can have individual success. And we saw Kevin Durant last year. You spoke about that great, what was it, Game 5, where he was 48, 17, and 10. But without Jeff Green going 8 of 9 from 3, without Blake Griffin giving you 19 on 50% shooting, I'm not so sure we're even talking about Kevin Durant because they would have lost the game.
Well, speaking of Kevin Durant, after this epic fail, then Steph Curry leads a contingent across the country on July the 3rd to recruit Kevin Durant to please come save us.
KD
right?
was waiting by the phone.
Okay.
He expected the phone to ring. What the hell he waiting for?
Okay, well, he was trying to get out from under Russell Westbrook.
Okay, but there's
LeBron is trying to get out from under as we speak, unsuccessfully.
There's 29 other teams that didn't have a Russell Westbrook on him. Not a 73. None of those other 29 teams went 73-9
so
with a
Kevin
two-time
Durant
MVP.
Had been stuck for 9 years with little Westbrook, and he said, I'm out, and I'm going to maximize my chances to win a ring. I'm going to go join forces with that
Why
team
would he?
because that team needs me to take it over the top.
Let me ask you a question. Why would he go join a team that the guy that you said just had the second greatest epic fail of all time? In 5, 6, and 7, Kevin Durant would go join a guy that just gagged. Why would he do that?
Because would you believe that Klay Thompson in the NBA Finals has shot it better than Steph Curry? Would you believe overall in the playoffs, and it's a lot of playoff games, Steph's played 128 and Klay's played 139, Klay is shooting better from 3 than Steph. So I trust Klay a little bit more.
So you'd rather have Klay Thompson than Steph Curry?
In the big moments, the key moments, Game 6 and Game 7 moments, I will take Game 6 and Game 7 Klay over what's left of Steph in those games.
Skip, you understand how much emphasis teams point their attention towards Steph Curry. That's just the way it is.
Well, are you that guy or not? Are you top 10? You just disqualified him from the top 10.
No, I didn't.
If you can't overcome that, then you don't belong in the top 10 all
Skip.
time.
Well, if you look at it, all I'm saying is with his resume, if he were to win a title, he would have 4. He would have a Finals MVP.
Okay, but he got 1 courtesy of Iguodala going into the starting lineup, and then he gets 2 thanks to Kevin Durant joining forces with them and taking over as the MVP of those 2 finals.
Well, Skip, hold on. Well, Magic got 5.
You added a nuclear weapon. You were not the best player on the team.
But see, the thing is, we never do this with Magic and Kareem. Well, Kareem had 1 before he got with Magic and won 5.
I do it all the time. I've got Magic ahead of Kareem on my all-time.
Okay, but you do realize that Kareem is the all-time leading scorer. He was a 5-time MVP
and
before Magic Johnson. But no, Skip,
what happened before Magic got there when he was with the Lakers? He was there for 5 years, and what they did, they missed the playoffs.
He was there 5 years. He only won 2 MVPs. But I'm saying Skip, the notion that if you don't win a title, you're not great. Kareem was the best player in the 70s. Yeah, he only won one title, but he still was the best player. The guy had won 5 MVPs at that point. How can he not be great even though he hadn't won a title? Charles Barkley is a great player. Karl Malone is a great player. They don't have titles, but they're still great players. But what you're doing is saying that, well, he didn't win a title or he didn't do this. Kevin Durant needed Golden State as much, if not more, than Golden State needed him. Because what has it told you? They've gone back. Kevin Durant has won 1 series since he left.
All I know is that without Kevin Durant, this happened to Steph Curry. If we could see down the stretch of that fateful Game 7 in which LeBron was gifted a ring that he did not deserve, this is courtesy of Steph Curry. If we can see down the stretch, he missed his last, actually 5 shots. I'm going to show you 4 because 1 didn't matter once the game was decided. But this is, he made a 3 with 6:57 left that tied it. But here we go down the stretch. Last 5, ooh, that's an air ball to start with. And then here's Steph Curry, 2-time MVP, and he's way wide left. That was a huge shot to go up 3. And then here's Steph again. I think that hit nothing but backboard, and that was to go up 1. And then here's another shot that's pretty well contested, a 3 with 31 seconds left to tie. Those are your last 4 shots from your 2-time MVP, and you're telling me there's no pressure on him at all for his legacy.
No,
that's just absurd.
Skip,
is absurd.
Skip, he has 3 titles. He doesn't have any titles. He has 3.
Courtesy of
what?
Injuries to those 2 players with LeBron. Courtesy of Iguodala being inserted, and then courtesy of Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant, thank you very much.
Skip. Injuries
this is huge right now. I have high questions about this legacy.
Injuries are part of the game. There have been a lot of teams that have won titles because someone from the other team has gotten injured. You look at Magic Johnson down the stretch. His hamstring just basically fell apart, and the Pistons won. Same thing with Jordan. Magic hamstring falls apart. It's a part of the game. You can't go back in hindsight. And granted, it happened to LeBron, but y'all don't put nearly the emphasis on that. Y'all say, oh, he just lost. He just lost. Yeah, but he was playing without his second and third best player. Now, Steph Curry won 2 MVPs without Kevin Durant. He got the 2 finals without Kevin Durant. He went 73-9 without Kevin Durant. And you blame Steph Curry more for losing a 3-1 lead than you ever did Kevin Durant for losing a 3-1 lead to Steph Curry. You do realize how Steph got to the NBA Finals that year.
I know, but Steph wasn't handicapped by Russell Westbrook.
But hold on. Why didn't he handicap him to get the 3-1 lead?
What did you see this year with your Lakers? Handicapped. You said you can't overcome him. But that's the same guy. Same guy who played at Oklahoma City. And nobody could see it because it's like, is it Kevin's fault? No, it's the little guy's fault.
Let me ask you a question. They did get a 3-1 lead with that handicap. So now all of a sudden, you got the 3-1 lead with the handicap. Go look back at Kevin Durant's numbers in games 5, 6, and 7. And it was very eerily similar to what we saw against the Boston Celtics.
Well, in the end, I care about the finals, not the conference finals, but the finals.
But you got to get there.
I do care about the Toronto Golden State finals in which Steph had a chance to make a statement. But Shannon Sharpe is overlooking because games 3, 4, 5, and 6, there are injuries occurring. There's no Kevin Durant except for a blip, and then all of a sudden Clay is gone at the end. But against Toronto, 3, 4, 5, and 6, Steph Curry shot 33% from the three-point line. It's horrendously bad.
Skip.
It's epically bad. This is a guy who has revolutionized the game as a three-point shooter. Everybody says greatest shooter ever, and he shot 33% from 3 in those 3 games. And he missed a walk-off in Game 6 that could have sent it to a Game 7? Really?
If I set my
legacy.
If I set my defense, I can make you shoot a low percentage, a la Kevin Durant, a la Giannis Antetokounmpo, guys that have higher field goal percentage average than Steph Curry. But if I set my defense, if I say I'm going to contest everything, I'm going to make everything. Kevin Durant is a career 51% shooter. He shot 39%. Is that good?
Which series?
Against Boston.
Against Boston.
Yeah.
Well, they were all over. He had no help in that one because Kyrie's a rat.
Do you know what Toronto was defensively with Siakam, with Gasol, with Kawhi Leonard, with Kyle Lowry?
I don't care about Kevin Durant. He has back-to-back Finals MVPs on his record. period in at the expense of the guy you called the GOAT.
Steph Curry is
played him
okay.
Twice in his house.
You don't care anything
Twice.
you don't care anything about Kevin Durant. But all I'm saying is Steph Curry has gotten back to the finals without Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant has won one series since Steph Curry left. Since he left Steph Curry. That is factual.
I am rolling over you on this one, and I'm going to roll you over one more time. This playoffs, I told you Memphis was better than Golden State and would have beaten Golden State. But Steph Curry, would you believe, in that series against Memphis in 6 games, shot 33% from three-point. 33 again.
Yeah.
This is a career 45% three-point shooter. Revolutionized the game, 33%. He was saved by the fact that obviously Dylan Brooks got suspended effectively for 2 games, and then Ja couldn't play the last 3. And guess who rose and shone in Game 6 in the closeout game? Klay Thompson had 8 threes in that game. What do you call him? Game 6 Klay.
Right.
How about Game 5 Klay to close out the Dallas Mavericks? It wasn't Steph Curry. It was Klay Thompson once again with 8 more threes.
Skip.
Legacy on the line.
His legacy's on the line?
Absolutely on the line.
With three.
People talking about he's on the verge of the top 10.
Yes.
Baloney.
Yes,
it's
absolutely.
the biggest bunch of baloney
Absolutely.
I've ever heard.
Absolutely.
It is shameful that you would even go there, that you even start to make. If he does, what about this? We're going to sweep all this under your carpet
Skip,
over there? No, you can't do this.
Skip.
This is on the record, and you could overcome it if you could get a Finals MVP.
Skip that.
But
I just said that's all I'm saying.
But you can't vault into the top 10 off it.
What?
What do you mean, what?
With 4 titles, a Finals MVP.
He revolutionized the game, but did he revolutionize the finals?
Skip.
No.
Oh, my goodness.
How did it translate? It didn't translate.
It translated to 4 titles in 6 years.
Okay.
That's what it translated to.
And how many MVPs? Help me out. Help me out.
He'll have
you
one.
Keep just sweeping it under the carpet.
So
what happened in 2016? Do you like what happened?
Let me ask you a question.
No, you haven't answered mine. You can't answer.
Skip, he lost.
How do you explain this?
He lost.
How do you explain?
Skip.
5, 6, and 7.
Skip.
2 of them in his house. I need an explanation.
Okay, well,
Nobody wants to give me an explanation because you can't.
He scored 25 in Game 5. He scored 30 in Game 6.
Yep.
He only had 17 in Game 7. But the crucial turnovers, he didn't shoot the ball well.
Crucial turnovers?
Only Michael
He was
Jordan.
6 for 19.
Skip. Here's the thing. You make it seem like no other great players had played bad in the NBA Finals. Only Steph Curry.
Okay, this is it. This is all the marbles with 2 out of 3 in your house.
But Skip, other great players have played bad in the finals.
With a 3-1 lead?
Skip, see, now it's a 3-1 lead.
Well, now it was then.
It doesn't matter,
Skip.
Skip.
What are you talking about?
If you play bad, you play bad.
Okay, well, this is beyond bad. This is epic failure. It's almost LeBron against Dallas in 2011. It's close.
What you do is that you nitpick. You don't
nitpick. This is picking boulders.
Skip. So what about 2017 when he averaged 27, 8, and 9? Or 2018 when he averaged 27, 6, and 7.
Who had the 2 biggest games of those series?
But see,
it was LeBron just shooting it right in. I mean, Kevin Durant shooting it right in LeBron's grill in Game 3 in his house.
Skip.
It was Kevin Durant taking over and taking over. That changed it. That's why they went and recruited him. And even you acknowledge it's like Steph drove up in his Maserati and said, "Here, come on, Kevin, you drive. I'll ride shotgun."
But
really?
what you
that's a top 10 player. What top 10 player would go recruit somebody to save them? But nobody would. Nobody.
But what you told me, all the other top 10s, none of them other guys would have got in the car. So I'm just trying to figure out why the hell Kevin Durant wanted to get in the car with a guy.
Because he'd been stuck.
He'd been stuck
with the guy who ruined your guy. Wait, what did the Lakers go this year? They went 33 and 49 because LeBron James said, "Give me Russell Westbrook." That's the only reason. That's what happened. That's how you summed it up.
Hold on.
Right?
But LeBron.
Okay, and it happened to Kevin.
LeBron James was in year 19. In year 19.
All I heard was he had the greatest year 19 ever, and you couldn't even make the play-in tournament.
But see, you play a team sport. A guy or gal might do something great individually. That doesn't mean it's going to automatically equate to team success. You keep saying they're not mutually exclusive just because someone plays well. Jimmy Butler played well in Game 7. They didn't win. There've been other guys that played great in Game 7s. That doesn't necessarily mean they're going to win. You try to make it seem like if the guy's great. Kevin Durant, you said he played great in Game 7 last year against the Bucks. They didn't win.
By the way, Jimmy Butler did not play great in Game 7. I don't care what you say.
What?
Go look at the fourth quarter. Tell me he played great in the fourth quarter.
Now it's the fourth
Tell
quarter.
me how they got back in the game. Did he take over down the stretch? Who made the last 5 shots for the Miami Heat? No, help me out.
You're not even in the game.
Ignore the facts.
You're not even in the game.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
See what you do. What you do.
Okay, but wait a second. You're not even in the game. You only got one big salvo from him in the second quarter when you were down and completely out.
Thank you.
Scored 18 points.
Thank you.
And then what happened?
What
happened in the third quarter? Not much.
He got
what
7.
happened
He
in the
gave you
fourth
7.
quarter? Very little.
He gave you 4.
He gave you 4. He gave you 4.
Skip. But here's the thing, Skip. What you try to do, what you do, and you've done a great job.
I don't try to do. I do it.
Okay, if a guy plays great in the fourth quarter, then you go back and say, well, he owed him that fourth quarter. He was terrible in the third quarter, or he was terrible in the second quarter. A guy plays great in the third quarter, you say, well, he didn't do anything in the first quarter. I mean, at some point in time, I don't care how great. When Kobe scored 81, he didn't have 20, 20, 20, 20. It doesn't work like that, Skip.
He didn't score 81 in a game 7.
No, but Skip. All I'm saying is, Skip, is that this notion that a guy has to play well every single moment of every single game is just not true. Michael Jordan never did it. Kobe never did it. Shaq, Kareem, Magic, Bird, LeBron. Nobody plays great every single minute of every single game. I don't care who they are. And I defy you to show me that every championship that Michael won, he played great all 4 quarters, every single game.
So let's give cute little Steph, beloved little Steph, another pass. Let's just say there's no pressure on him this time.
There's not.
It's all,
Skip.
Would you say it's all icing?
Skip.
It's
Let me ask you a
icing
question.
on the little man's cake.
Let me ask you a question.
Congratulations. You can do that. I'm not going to do that.
Let me ask you a question. Is there pressure on Tom Brady to get to and win another Super Bowl?
Sure, absolutely. He came back to do just that.
Okay.
He wants the pressure because he deserves the pressure. He's earned the pressure.
All I know is Steph Curry has proven something that the other guys hadn't proven without him.
I gotta jump in and send you two to separate corners. You are coming out this morning firing
Let's go,
on all
Steph.
cylinders. I
But not
absolutely
this year.
love it.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.